Hello, everybody, and today I would like to rank all of the Far Cry games based on what I think. Now, keep in mind that as of yet, I have yet to play Far Cry 5 and Far Cry New Dawn, but from my reviews and from me looking at them, they don't seem like too great of games. But today, but the rest of them I have played some or a little of. So I'm going to be giving you my personal opinion right here. At number 8, I'd say we would put Far Cry 1 on the list. Yeah. As much as I love the story so far, it's too hard, I think. Um, they put armor plates on the guards and did a lot of bad stuff. And I just don't think it's going to be, it's as good. And since my Let's Talk video, I've changed my mind about Far Cry's 1 and 2 a little bit. And I think I am going to be going back to Far Cry 1 a little bit. I just need to figure out how to change my guns and all that stuff. So just keep that in mind right away. Alright, and next up on the list we have Far Cry 2. So, Far Cry 2, I know that's going to cause some huge controversy. If you disagree with me, leave it down. You can feel free to leave a dislike and leave down your comment section below what's your favorite ranking. And keep in mind, this is entirely all my opinion. Far Cry 2 is very annoying when you're trying to get to your story objectives. As much as I love the open world, which I may do a separate video on, I just didn't like 2 in terms of that. And it just wasn't too great to me, especially the outpost missions. If you go to sleep and save your game, guards may still be back there. They respawn. And there's no fast traveling system. You have to drive a lot to get to your next objective. It is so annoying. So Far Cry 2 is down at number 7 for me. Next at number 6 we have Far Cry New Dawn. Far Cry New Dawn should have been a DLC to Far Cry 5 in my opinion. But I don't know. There's just something about Far Cry New Dawn. It's the same open world, just with a little bit of polish and destroyed, and the characters aren't as intriguing. That's another reason why I put Far Cry 1 so far down on the list, is because Dr. Krieger is so forgettable. Anyway, that's why I have Far Cry New Dawn the way it is. Up next, in terms of the games, I think I would have to give number 5, Far Cry 5. I believe, let's see, Far Cry 5 there. I really like the villain. That may cause some controversy, but I like the villain in that one. The protagonist would have been better, and the game would have been better if the protagonist actually spoke, but you sadly don't really get that. Um, but that's where I stand for Far Cry 5. Up next on my personal list is Far Cry Primal. I love Far Cry Primal's open world, don't get me wrong. And I love its story so far that I'm playing for you guys. But, I don't know. The villains are so forgettable. You can hardly understand them unless you have English subtitles on. And you just never know what to expect sometimes from the game itself. So, I don't know. It may cause some controversy. Let me know what you all think. But for number 4, that's where Far Cry Primal is going. Number 3, as much as I love its open world, it's going to have to go to Far Cry 6. Yara is a beautiful open world, But the story for Far Cry 6, Anton didn't get enough screen time, I think, in my opinion. It would have been nice if he had more of a backstory than what the ending tells you about him, and also what he's struggling through. But don't get me wrong, Far Cry 6 is definitely a great game. I like the Amigos, and I like the addition of the Resolver weapons. It's all great right there. And at number 2, which may be another controversial one, but for me it's going to be Far Cry 3. Yes, Far Cry 3 is my second. I thought about it long and hard, about which, if Far Cry 3 or Far Cry 4 was going to end up being my favorite as number 1. And for me, Far Cry 3 is number 2 on the list because I can't relate to the protagonist just as much as I could Ajay Ghale from Far Cry 4. And I really love the open world, and sometimes the outpost can be a bit of a chore, though it is fun clearing them out and taking out the alarms and all that stuff, and it's fun to roam around in the world. I also love the protagonist Voss, and Far Cry 6 really added to Voss's backstory. The only complaint about Far Cry 3 with Voss is I wish that he had more screen time. And a lot of people want that too. He's only in like the first half of the game, I believe. So that's why Far Cry 3 is at number 2. And number 1 is Far Cry 4. Oh man. I could relate to the protagonist's situation in Far Cry 4, Ajay Ghale. His goal in Far Cry 4 is to go back to Kyrat, where his mother sends him on a quest to scatter her ashes, and place her with Lakshmana, which is Ajay's sister. But through it all, he has to deal with a civil war that's going on between, Ubisoft confirmed, it's his stepfather, Pagan Min, who is an absolutely great antagonist. Even though he doesn't seem like the bad guy, I wish there was an option to side with Pagan Min, because compared to Amitat and Sabal, who were part of the Golden Path, he seems much nicer than them. Amitat wants to wipe out everybody in Pagan Min's territory, and she wants to also sell drugs to them. And siding with the Golden Path is just not good, in my opinion, and I don't think it should have been a great way to do it. And I know the secret ending is supposed to be the canon ending, and I wish it would have gone a lot further than that. But also, Sabal is another bad one. It's like picking the less of 3 evils, so to speak. Sabal wants to just to overthrow Pagan Min just so he can become king. He wants to wipe out literally everybody in Kyrat. And another positive thing I have to say about Far Cry 4 is it's beautiful. Himalayan mountain open world. It is so beautiful. The moment you step into Kyrat and you're wandering this world, you're like, whoa. It is very, very cool. And that's why I have to put Far Cry 4 as my number 1 favorite Far Cry game of all time. Well, so what did you think of my ranking? If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below, and feel free to share your own rankings. Again, this was all my opinion, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you all have to say about it in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.